So candidate collaborates with students and families to build a safe, positive learning climate of openness, mutual respect, support, and inquiry. How would I collaborate with the families to create a classroom that is safe and a safe and positive learning climate? Like send out.
Well, I mean, obviously, as a foreign teacher at a Chinese school,
Yeah.
there's limited interaction that's possible with the parents
Yeah.
just from you directly. But collaboration is many different things. I'm thinking perhaps set up not a project, but just a class, and have this class in the library on the second floor.
That's what I was
Right,
thinking.
a
Yeah.
change of scenery
Yeah.
and someplace that's more conducive to teamwork, group work. But maybe you also let the parents know, like send home a message on Friday, what they're expected to do, and it could be as simple as they need to do a little bit of research. These kids are still very young, so it's useful to let the parents know so the parents can support them and make sure they're doing it.
Or maybe they can bring something in with them for the lesson. So I was thinking with the grade sixes next week, they're going to be learning about the Romans. Now they've had no introduction to the topic, so if the students could bring in a picture or something tangible to do with the Romans. But then here's one of my things: what do I then do with that? Because one of the other things with this lesson is sort of that students are learning by themselves as they go around it. So you've got this. Student-centered classroom in which students participate in decision-making, engage in exploration and invention, work collaboratively and independently, and engage in purposeful learning. So I really need them to bring something in and then create a project out of that. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is create some sort of poster or timeline. They've worked on timelines before, but if students are bringing in their own work, I just don't know what they're going to start bringing in.
Well,
How do I guide them?
set the learning goal first, rather than have an idea of a project that you'd like them to do, and starting from that, what do you actually want them to learn, and that will kind of tell you what are your possibilities in terms of what the students can do.
Well, my learning goal was to, it's not a great learning goal, but to get an overview of the Romans and to use that to create something. But what to have them create, and like which period I want them to learn the Romans from. I need to really narrow it down to something.
Right.
They've only got 2 lessons I was going to spend on the Romans. What is important about the Romans that I should be teaching them? Should I be teaching them about their culture? Should I be teaching them... They've just been learning about the ancient Greek culture and gods as well, the religion. So maybe I should focus on that. I'm not sure.
Yes, that's important. I think from a historian's perspective, the significance of the Romans is really kind of their legal and political structures.
Right.
So their form of government, and also just their practical achievements. They're renowned for their engineering, their architecture, things like that. That's what they're really known for.
So I could have the students researching some engineering achievements, I guess, and do you think I could get them building something?
You could do it. Depends how ambitious you are and how much faith you have in their building ability.
Yeah, I don't think...
But you could, if your goal is simply an overview, you could simply come up with different broad subjects, like the different aspects of a civilization, like government, religion, architecture, art and architecture, things like that, and just give one to each group. And perhaps each group could then produce a poster, something like that.
Okay. So I don't know how I'd go about that. Maybe on Friday I'd say, I'm going to set some work for your students. So here's your students' homework for this week. But one of the big things I have is Thursday we're off, so all of those classes are only going to have 1 class this week, whereas 6 ESL is going to have 2.
Sure.
And 7 and 6H, I'm not going to have any classes with them next week because of the holidays. So I'm going to have to give 6H as all his homework, or how do you think I should go about that?
You could arrange to have a kind of substitute class with them. How confident are you that if you gave them this at homework, if you just maybe spoke with them as a class for 10 minutes...
The 6Hs?
Yeah.
I'm very confident they would come up with something fantastic. To be perfectly honest, that
Okay.
they're that good. Yeah.
Then in that case, all you need to do is write something up.
Yeah, and hand it out on Friday
and
to the
give it
parents.
to them and give a quick kind of
Talk to them.
the students about what to do. But yes, some information like include in there a note to the parents, like this is what they'll be doing. Can you can support us in this way, this way, this way.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's collaboration as well. It doesn't have to be sitting in a room.
Right. Okay. That's great. Actually, I'm glad you've talked about this. It's given me some great ideas. One of the other things that they want. Well, I guess that would come into homework. Use of interactive technologies. We don't have a computer room in the school, so I think what the great thing about getting all of these done this week is if I had set it as homework, they can go home and work with their parents, work with interactive technologies, and then come in class and then show me what they've done.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, because that's provided clarity for me. Okay. All right. Thank you, Enrico.
All right.